Hello friends, Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with some more information on life, leadership, family, and business, building your principles and values to build your bedrock foundation so that you can be the best version of you. And this week we want to talk a little bit about goals. We've talked about goals in the past, and there's a lot of things we can talk about goals. This week I want to just tell you that, in my opinion, goals were not meant to all be met. And we talk about goal planning sessions, setting goals, writing them down, time specific, measurable, end date, etc. And those are all things that need to happen. But for me personally, I do set goals. We set goals as a family. We set goals here. We do different varying things. But as people that are with me all the time know, I really don't focus a lot on goals and outcomes. We focus on the things we need to focus on to get there, but also understanding when we set goals, they're not all going to be met, because if we set our goals and we're meeting all our goals, you're more than likely not making your goals big, hairy, and audacious enough. So we may have a goal to do something by the end of year 2024, and we may not meet it. And some people don't take that very well. They may not be happy about it, and they may just give up on the goal. But at the end of the day, for where I've come and where I've been to where I'm at today, we've had varying different goals that may not have been met that year, but maybe they got met a year later. Maybe they got met 2 years later. So I believe in goals. I believe in those time frames, but we have to also understand we may not meet them, and that's okay. We have to keep rowing the boat, sawing wood, grind. We have to be grinders every day to keep working towards the goals, to keep our trajectory going towards those goals, and understand that it's okay if we don't meet them. But being willing to put in the time, the effort, the labor, the grind to keep aiming towards them, to keep your trajectory towards them. And as we tell our kids all the time, we'll be happy if you set big, hairy, audacious goals, if you aim high and miss them, but we will be unhappy if you aim low and hit them. And to me, that's the real key. Aim high. It's okay if you miss. If you set low goals for mediocrity and something in that neighborhood and you're hitting them, you're not doing what we think you're capable of doing. We set extreme high standards. We may not be perfect in them. We may not meet them all the time. We may set extreme high goals. We may not be perfect in them. We may not meet them all the time, but that's okay. Because we got big things to do. We got big shit to do. As long as we're remaining on trajectory towards them and head in the right direction, we keep rowing the boat, we keep sawing wood, and we grind, baby. We're gonna get there. And it may take a decade. It may take 2 years. I don't know the number, but as long as we keep grinding away, trajectory remains on track, we will accomplish our goals. No matter how big, hairy, and audacious of goals they are, we will hit them. Yes, Cal?
So how do you balance still being on trajectory or continuing towards the goal and failure to hit the goal, right? Because I mean, we as people, we're always striving for something and having those benchmarks we want to hit. Mm-hmm. So are you more concerned with the trajectory than the failure to hit the goal? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think there's something to be said for contentment with hunger. And so if we miss the goal, but we're doing everything we can do to hit it, but yet we've missed it, I'm okay with that. I'm content with that. As long as we're staying hungry, we're moving in a positive direction, we're all rowing the boat in the same direction, we're all sawing wood together, and we're doing all those things together, I'm okay if we're not hitting it. Now, if we don't make the goal, we don't hit the goal, and I feel like everybody's not doing their part, we're going to have some coaching sessions. We're going to have some crucial conversations of, hey, we're headed in this direction, you're headed in this direction, you're not rowing the boat in the same direction as us. We need you to row in the same direction as us. We need behavior X, Y, and Z to come around to what our values are so we can keep heading in that trajectory. Missing goals is okay as long as everybody's doing the very best they can. Attitude, effort's tremendous, they're holding the values, behaviors are good. It's okay, I'm content with that as long as we continue in that positive direction. Again, if they're not, if behavior's not appropriate, attitude, effort's not been good, whether it's as a team or as individuals, we're gonna have conversations on that. And I'm not content with that. I am not content with bad behavior, poor attitude, poor efforts, and inability to continue to grow and be vulnerably honest with ourselves to how we can continue to grow, opening the boxes. Did that answer that?
Yeah.
So, glad to have some interjection from Kale all the time. Again, he's our rock star pastor from Hayes that helps us out and gets this stuff out there. We're glad he's here. Thanks for your time. Join us next week. Click subscribe here if you like it. Feel free to interject any questions you like. We'll answer anything you have for us. See you next week. Cheers, friends.